Okay, so hopefully you can see this. This is a big Christmas ornament sign that I had thrifted. I actually have 3 different ones. 2 of them I thrifted at the same place, and the other one I thrifted at a different place. And I think the 2 that I have from the same place, they originally came from, I think it says Walmart. Distributed by Walmart, yes. So, I don't know if you've seen these out and about, but I'm going to make 2 of them over today for sure. I'm not for sure about the 3rd one, but I am going to be working on 2 of them. It does have glitter. These 2 that I got that were from Walmart do have glitter on them. The 3rd one doesn't have glitter, but this is what one of them looks like. This is the 2nd one, and I've already sanded off all the glitter on this one, and it was pretty easy to sand off. I took it outside and used an orbital sander and sanded off all of the glitter. And now I'm going to do the same for this one, and then I'll be back and I'm going to paint these. Okay, this is my 2nd coat of paint, and while the paint is still wet, I'm just going to go ahead and put down, I'm using music paper, and I'm just going to go ahead and put down my music paper in the wet paint and just use it like a glue, at least in places that I am able to do that. And I'm using Christmas hymn pages. I'm trying to, as much as possible. Just start down the middle and work my way around. The book pages have dried, and I'm just going to take my finger sander with the 220 grit sandpaper, and I'm just going to go around the edges and sand off the excess paper. Okay, so the edges have been sanded on both of the ornaments, and I have put a coat of paint on the tops of the ornaments, and I'm letting that dry, and I may have to put another coat on those. And then I purchased 2 of these at a garage sale over the weekend, and I am going to be placing these on the ornaments. I'm going to be attaching them to the ornaments, and then I will attach the little metal top back, and then I will show you what it looks like at the end of the video. Okay, for this project, I'm going to be using the IOD transfer called Santa's Hollow, and I'm going to be using the little squirrel that's on the back of here. This is a vintage tin that I purchased at a flea market for $1, and that's what I'm going to be using to add the squirrel transfer. I thought this would really be cute with like, if someone feeds the squirrels, you could keep the squirrel feed in here, the nuts or the corn or the sunflower seeds, whatever is good for the squirrels. I thought this would be a cute container to keep that in. Okay, so I have this wood swan that I picked up at a garage sale over the weekend, and I kind of like the wood color, but I think I would like it better white. So I am going to be using some milk paint on here and see if I can make it more of a chippy white. Okay, so I've sprayed the swan with a coat of shellac, and I have mixed 3 tablespoons of Sweet Pickins flour sack with a half a tablespoon of the color Proper from Sweet Pickins. And I mixed the equal parts of the powdered paint to equal parts water, and I'm just mixing it up really good. I did that because I didn't have an ivory color, or I didn't have the ironstone color, and I was trying to get something close to that for the swan. So I'm going to stir this up and let it set for about 10 or 15 minutes, and I will be back. Okay, the swan has had 2 coats of milk paint, and I have some milk paint left over. And so I have this old wooden bowl. It's seen better days. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint it with milk paint, and then maybe put a transfer or something on the inside. I'm not for sure yet, but let me go ahead and get this painted. So after painting the swan and the bowl, I still have a little bit more milk paint left. So I'm going to see if I have enough to paint this piece right here. All right, so the paint has dried on all 3 pieces. And I'm just going to take my finger sander, and I have 220 grit sandpaper on here, and I'm just going to go lightly sand and get off any of the chipping paint. And it'll also make the paint very smooth to the touch. Milk paint is like silky smooth once it's been sanded. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to sand all the pieces, and then I'll be back and we're going to use some transfers. Okay, and for 2 of the projects, I'm going to be using the Iron Orchid Designs transfer from the St. Germain packet. This is one of my favorite transfers. I really have enjoyed using this transfer, and I have a little bit of it left, so I'm going to use it today. Okay, the transfers need to be sealed in, so I'm going to be using Fusion wax in the color Expresso. I've never used this wax, this color before, so I'm going to give it a try. Put a little bit on the wax brush. That looks a little bit dark, but I have some clear wax here to hopefully lighten it up a little bit. And that works just like an eraser. Takes away a lot of the dark wax. Okay, so here's everything with the Expresso wax, and then I use the clear wax over the top as an eraser. I really love the way the swan turned out. I need to paint his beak. I'm going to do it in a light black color, and he or she will be all finished. And then I love this too. I think the Expresso color really aged this piece and made it look very vintage. And I like the bowl. I just wish I would have used a little bit brighter transfer in there, but I still think it's very neutral and it's a cute little decor piece. So I will be back and show you what everything looks like all together. So here's the completed projects for today. Let me know in the comments if you have a favorite project. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a great day.